What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Are we going to see another Batman game in the near future? In my opinion, I don't know. To be very honest, I think likely not, because Warner Brothers' decision-making pipeline has not necessarily been the most sound. And to be honest, I don't know if I want to see Batman in video games anymore for a while. Seeing how Rocksteady was basically put in a position where they did the biggest fan, disservice that I've ever seen to a superhero character of this nature. I don't know what it is with writers today. I think they just don't understand or have not necessarily learned that you are in a position where you will honor the main character that has already been built up and hyped up. I understand that some of you in our audience, you say, it's okay for Batman to have been shot, and killed in the Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League game. But here's the thing, human beings have not really changed. Remember, I always cite this one thing to you guys, right? When Sherlock Holmes was killed. If you guys remember, this is a story that I constantly cite because there are many things that are actually pretty cool here. First of all, Sherlock Holmes was written by a prolific writer, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. And when he was killed off at one point in the Sherlock Holmes, mythos, there was a public reaction, even to the point where the article that actually wrote about this said that this particular reaction even made its way up to the Queen. I mean, this is very interesting. So the public reaction to the death was unlike anything previously seen for fictional events. More than 20,000 Strand readers canceled their subscriptions, outraged by Holmes' premature demise. In fact, there was another article that somebody wrote. I think it was like a university paper. And in that article, the person wrote that, thousands of young men in England wore black armbands to mourn the death of Sherlock Holmes. And even the Queen was not quite amused about it. So seeing how, they killed off Joel in The Last of Us 2 in a brutal way, thinking that they were trying to maybe in a sense do some story arc and expecting fans to just sit there and be like, oh, that's fine. When, hundreds of years ago, when another character that was beloved to fans got killed off and they even went way gung-ho. I mean, people typing comments on the internet, is nothing compared to a bunch of young men wearing black armbands. Now, I'm not talking about people who are overreactionary, who may go resort to, dirty tactics and some silly things like death threats. I do not condone that crap. So get that out of here. But you can see how this does not bode well for audiences. So any set of writers who have not necessarily learned this lesson, I believe, continue to set themselves up for a demise of the franchise that they are, privy to work on. It's a privilege. So at the end of the day, what can be done about this? To be very honest, I think we finally reached this part where, continuing to wait for these franchises to get their act together, while some franchises, like in the indie scene, are already getting stuff done. They're already bringing out solid games. They're writing solid material out there. I don't think it's actually fair to abandon these. I think we must at least start to look and say, you know what? If the entertainment from these established characters is no longer going to be doing the fan service, then I strongly believe that, it's time for us to start looking at the alternative sources. And to be very honest, I wanted to, basically put myself in the alternative source, category, because in making and writing a video game, it's been something that has been quite enlightening to see how when you're building a character, there are elements of the character that you have to build. There are elements of the character that you must, hold dear to. Like you cannot just do what you want. The fans have to be able to identify, in a sense, with some areas of the character, at least understand the character. And if the character is adopted by fans, then you must ensure that the fans continue to see their character in a solid light. That character cannot be deprecated. That character cannot be debased. That character, yes, their humanity and their limitations can be shown, but you don't just shoot the character in the head nor bash their head in with the golf club and expect that the fans are going to be okay. So when you kind of think about it, if there is a Batman game, I guess the next question will be, how, are the fans going to receive this Batman title if it fails to actually put these things in place? And I think that's the big question that no one, right now is wanting to talk about, because it's a very, very, I would say it's a very uncomfortable elephant in the room, seeing how things have gone of late. But I wanted to go ahead and just quickly highlight and talk about this, for a little bit, because, man, I strongly believe that there are just so many aspects to this conversation that at the end of the day, we just have to do a little bit more in terms of talking about the individual, realities in different videos. But, to be very honest with you guys, I think there is still, in my opinion anyways, a light at the end of the tunnel. We'll see how things play out with these next few games, that are releasing soon. And then, we can basically go from there. So thanks so much for watching the video. Appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.